Let's show you how to create this simple search box in Excel that will search across multiple columns, making it easy to find anything you need. The best part is it only takes a few minutes to build. So let's get into it. Taking a quick peek at our data, it's very straightforward. Over here, we have some information about our company, including the category, subcategory, region, the customer source, etc. To kick things off, whenever you work with a large list of data, it's a good idea to convert the list into a table because it makes your life easier, especially when building formulas, which we'll show you later on. For now, click inside the body of your list and then choose Insert Table or press Ctrl-T, then click OK, and Excel will convert your list into an official table. To make it easier on our eyes, let's go up to the Design tab, change the style to None so the colors aren't so distracting. Then while we're at it, let's go over to the left-hand side and change the name of our table to something more practical like Orders. Okay, now that we've created the table, the next step is to add our search bar. To do this, you need to use the Developers tab. If you don't see the Developers tab, right-click on the ribbon, choose Customize, and on the right side, check the Developers option. Next, from the Developers tab, click Insert, Text Box, making sure to use the one in the ActiveX section, then click and drag as you would any other shape. The next step is to connect this text box to a cell. The reason why is because this search bar is going to act like a pass-through, putting whatever is typed into it into a specific cell, and that cell will be used as a reference point in the formulas that we're going to create. Granted, this sounds awkward at first, but when you see it in action, you'll understand. So go ahead and right-click on the text box, then choose Properties, and in its Properties sheet, look for Linked Cell, and then type the cell you want to use. In our case, let's type in C2, then close out. The next step is to go up here and click on this Design Mode icon, because while you're in Design Mode, you can't type anything into the search bar. Now, if we start to type in the search bar, notice what we type is also appearing in cell C2. It's also a good idea to drag the search bar on top of whatever cell you're linked to, because it'll act like camouflage and avoid confusion. Next, let's click where we want the search results to appear and then build our formula. For this part, let's take a look at the final formula, explaining what it does from an overall perspective, then dive deeper and explain all the individual parts of the formula. Okay, here's the final formula. This formula starts by searching for whatever is in cell C2 in a location that you specify. While it's searching, the answer can only be yes or no, meaning yes, it was found, or no, it was not. After it determines if the answer is yes or no, that result is then converted into a true for any yes matches and false for any non-matches. From there, it'll only show you where matches are found. Where it reads no results, this will only show if Excel can't find anything. Now, alright, this sounds pretty heavy, so let's break it down. Let's start by typing equal, filter, open parenthesis, then type in the table name, in our case Orders, then type a comma. Pausing right here, the filter function will look at a range of cells, in this case the Orders table, and eventually show us what we're looking for. Next, type isNumber, open parenthesis, search, open parenthesis, C2, comma, Orders, open bracket, category, close bracket, then two parentheses, a comma, and place the word no results in quotes, and then type one more parenthesis. To make this easier, let's jump into a different sheet and break everything down so you understand what's going on with this search and isNumber functions, starting with the search function. With the search function, the first part tells Excel what you're looking for. The second part tells Excel where to look. In our case, we typed C2 because that cell contains whatever was typed into the search bar. The next part of the search function tells Excel the location where we're searching. In our case, it's the first column of our table. So to make that work, you type out your table name and then the field you want contained inside of brackets. In our case, it's the Orders table category field. So in the end, all the search function will do is assign a numeric value if it finds a match. And you can see whenever I type anything into the search bar, if it gets found, it will be assigned a number. If nothing is found, you get this pound value message, which brings us to why the isNumber function is used. All the isNumber function does is check if a cell contains a number. If the cell contains a number, it's true. If there's not a number, it's false, which in turn brings us back to the filter function. The filter function only works with true or false responses, which are being provided by the isNumber because the isNumber converts the results of the search function into true or false. Now, I often call this Excel magic because the more you think about it, the more your head's going to hurt. So that brings us to, how do you search across multiple columns in Excel? It's actually really simple to do. You just need to be precise with your typing and your mouse skills. Let's go up and stretch out this formula bar a bit because it'll make things easier to see. To begin, click right before the I in isNumber, then press Alt-Enter, which will give you a new line to work with. Then do a rinse and repeat. Right before the comma in the No Results part of the formula, press Alt-Enter again. Now, copy the line with the isNumber, press Alt-Enter, then on the new line, type a plus sign first, then paste the formula. So here's where converting our list into a table becomes an advantage because all we have to do is change the field name to where we want to search. And then from that point, it's just a matter of adding a new line, typing a plus sign, and change the field that you want to reference. And there you go. That's how to add a simple search bar that searches across multiple columns in Excel. Now, here's another video.